and the creator of the Trapman Sportscast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. So, good morning. Good morning. There's been a lot going on. So, today we're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to do some highlights for these sports and everything, and then we're going to get to it. So, let's talk about some things that are going on currently. So, apparently, um, Adam Silver has said that the WNBA has they've reached a decision as far as I guess payment for them. So I guess we'll be waiting on the details of that to come out today. But I'm very interested to see what they decided to do and what steps they decided to take regarding that. Now, regarding Nafisa Collier, I think in the last episode I might have highlighted that she didn't want to meet with the WNBA commissioner. She said that, I mean, it was kind of like gaslighting the way that the commissioner did the press conference. So she's just like, well, at that point, I don't even want to have a conversation because what are we having a conversation for? And it's like you're not going to be truthful about the comments that were made towards players and things of that nature. And she was saying that, just it's over, it's repetitive, like the same complaints over and over and over again. And it just doesn't make sense to, what's the word? Just keep accepting it as it is, right? Um, and so that with that situation, we're gonna have updates for that probably tomorrow to see everything that happened, what exactly they're deciding to do about payment, things of that nature. Now regarding so I got a bid, right? So I've been going back and forth with a friend of mine, right? And we've been going back and forth about just whether or not WNBA players should be paid more or not. And they're saying they feel as though they shouldn't be paid more because where's the profit? And if you look it up, you can Google it. It says WNBA is not profitable right now, right? But my whole thing is the Golden State Valkyries sold out every game. Ticket sales have been up. Um, I was reading some stats last night. I think it was 64%. Viewership has been up or something of that nature, around that number. If viewership's going up, they're expanding, right? We got like I think two new teams, kind of two or three new teams coming within the next year, right? If we're expanding, how are we not profitable at that point? So something's profitable because they're expanding. Something's working. I don't know what exactly is working, but something's working, right? So with that being said, because I know when they see this, they're gonna, Monica, yeah, call me whatever. Listen, it doesn't make sense that Golden State Valkyries sold out every game, but you we're still saying, oh, nobody's watching WNBA, nobody's doing this, that, and the third. The Mystics games that I went to this year, they probably weren't fully sold out because there were a few seats that I saw, but it was a full house, baby. It was a full house, and the people support the Mystics. Okay, 100% they support them. So, with that being said, I need how do I say this? I need men to stop hating on women. I need y'all to stop hating on WNBA and things like that. And it's not all men, but it's a lot of men that are haters out here. And I'm addressing it now because y'all be hating. Y'all really be hating. Like I be having conversations with all types of people. And most of the time, a lot of negativity it comes from men. And it's weird. I think the numbers were about 43% of men are watching WNBA. Kids are up for kids I think ages up to 12 or something of that nature. I believe they've been watching the WNBA at 130 plus percent, right? People are watching the women play. The women are playing well, which brings me to our next conversation. Well, no, I don't want to get off this. I need y'all to respect women. I need y'all to understand the women in the league need to be paid just as well as the men in the league. And here's why. The amount of just the it's so much that your body goes through when you're playing a game of basketball like this. Like it's such a physical, touchy game. Like you could get injured at any moment. It could just be the wrong fall, the wrong slip, and all of a sudden, bam, now that person's out. for a whole season at that. You see what I'm saying? We see what's going on with Juju. We saw what happened with Paige Beck, right? Those are just small examples, but they're global examples that people would relate to. It's a physical game. They need to be paid more so that they can take care of their physical bodies. LeBron spends over $1 million on his body a year. He's as far as what he said. He didn't want to give us a number, but we know. Okay, and that's how he's able to keep playing until he's 40, 41, whatever. If women are not making, if some of the salaries, like if you're a bench player, I feel like, okay, you're a bench player, you don't contribute much. You might come off the bench maybe a few times a season. Having a salary around 90K makes sense to me. For I think some of them even make like 60K if I'm not mistaken. But if you're a star player, there's no reason you should be making anything under 500,000 a year. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, and honestly, it should be more than that because what is the lowest NBA player is paid? How much? What, around 1-2 million, something like that, right? Let me look this up because well, no, I'm not looking it up. Just go do the research for yourself. Like I said, this is allegedly. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't think it's cool. Um, I don't think it's okay that men think it's okay to say, oh, you don't need to pay women for a sport that is just as physical as the men. It doesn't make any sense and it's rude, it's disrespectful, and I feel like y'all need to stop. Then there's the whole situation where there's a plethora of people who are not colored saying things about Aja Wilson, mentioning Caitlin Clark in every single podcast as if she's played any games within the last 2 months. It's just nonsense. And those narratives are being spun against like just the WNBA, which is, and let's just keep it real quick. Race involved, not involved. 64% of the WNBA is black. So when you say things like, "Oh, Aja Wilson is, I don't like her, and I don't care. I don't. She's just basically like when you say stuff like that, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. She's like the best player in the league. Like y'all sound crazy, and I don't appreciate it. And I wish y'all would stop. Like really, like just stop. It's a lot of people who are making commentary like that, and I've done I've looked. They can't go a video without mentioning that girl. And I'm just like, bruh, like y'all, it's so many other players in the WNBA. White, blacks, Latino, whatever. It's so many other players that y'all can highlight. But y'all, Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that. Okay, cool. Like the Fever got to the semifinals, right? Caitlin Clark wasn't there. Like Kelsey Mitchell was putting in her work. Talk about Kelsey Mitchell. Talk about Aaliyah Boston. Like there's so many other players that we could talk about, and we're talking about the same person over and over. And it's like, oh, well, her popularity brought a lot to the WNBA. Great. But now that the popularity is there, cool. Like, we're not about to sit here and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and da 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 da. I don't want to hear that all day. I don't care. Like, and I don't have to listen to it, and I don't listen to it. And so when I see the commentary or I see clips of it, it's just like, what are you even talking about? Like, are there any other players in your brain? Do you even watch the games at that point? Because a lot of y'all do not watch the games, and y'all be talking crazy out the side of your neck, and I feel like y'all need to be quiet. And it's a lot of women who feel the same. They've been online. We are banding together, okay? To tell y'all, if you do not watch at least 2 games a week, please shut up. Don't say anything. Don't speak. You don't need to speak on it. What are you speaking on it for? Do the highlights and keep it moving. You're speaking about something that you don't even care to watch. Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's weird. It's weird behavior, and I don't appreciate it. And so that's my little rant for today. I'm probably have more rants later, but that's my first one, right? For right now, for this week. Okay? Now, this series is called Begging for Buckets, as y'all know. So we have been watching the WNBA finals. We have been seeing the girls go at it for the Phoenix Mercury and the Aces. And was it the last game? Jackie Young had another 30-point game, right? I was just like, wow, she had like 21 points in the third quarter. Okay, like the Aces took that game. Like they took it straight up. I was rooting for the Mercury to take game two because I wanted to go to 7 games, right? So Aces have whipped them twice in their hometown, okay? These were great games defensively, offensively. I think this last loss had a lot to know. Was it the first or the last one? I don't know. I get getting the games mixed up sometimes. But Alyssa Thomas and the free throws that she missed really contributed heavily to one of the losses, right? I think, I don't even think, like, they just need to work on their free throw shots, right? So one thing I didn't know about Alyssa Thomas, because I'd be late to the party sometimes. Sorry guys, but I didn't know she had those injuries in her shoulders. So that's why she doesn't she shoots, like, she makes a lot of layups though. She gets to the rim. She's in the paint all the time. Like, she's not shooting no 3 pointers, nothing like that, right? Something's got to give. Like, we got to make these free throws. When we're at the line, these are free throws. Free throws. They're called free throws. Free throws, right? They're called free throws. We need to make the free throws, okay? We have to make them because it brings your team up. That 1 or 2 free throws could make a difference in your team winning by 1 point or 4, right? It could definitely make a difference. Kalia Cooper has been fantastic. Alyssa Thomas has also been fantastic. Don't sleep on the queen, okay? Don't sleep on the triple double queen, okay? Because she does what she needs to do. She gets the rebounds. She assists so much. Like, she's such a well-rounded player. Even though she missed the free throws, we still can't be mad at her, right? Um, so we got Alyssa Thomas. Kalia Copper, awesome. Awesome on the floor. Satu Sabelli, she brings that attitude, that whiff, everything. Like, every game, she's out there and she's moving. She might not get all the points every time, but she's moving defensively. She's trying to do what she needs to do. This last game, I think towards the end, I think in the third and fourth quarter, I feel like Phoenix didn't play in game. This is game two I'm speaking of. I feel like Phoenix didn't play to their full potential defensively. I feel like they were letting the Aces get easy shots around them. There's a few clips of Jackie Young online, and they're like, look at Jackie Young getting around all these defenders. They were not defending. They were not defending because of foul trouble. Alyssa Thomas, I think she had 4 fouls in the 4 or 5 in this last game. So they were scared of getting into foul trouble. So they weren't defending the way that they needed to defend. And I guess that's because, like, we talked about before, the officiating, right? Like, I saw several fouls throughout the game that they called that were not right. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense at all. Um, and it kind of irritated me. Like, it really irritated me. Like, to see these calls not being called, and they just real touchy and this, that, and the third. And then to see the Mercury have to fully back off defensively. And we've seen that when a lot of your star players start getting into foul trouble, they start backing off. They're like, all right, like, we can't do too much. Like, we can do what we do, but we can't do too much. So they're not overly aggressive on the ball. And I don't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that last half. That didn't make me happy. Like, but just overall, like, the physicality, I know it's a trip, right? It's crazy. We need more defense. I'm sorry. Like, we cannot be just letting the Aces just do what they want, and then, like, y'all just playing nice. Like Mac over here playing nice with all that length. Natasha Matt playing nice. All that length. Like, we can't do that. Like, it's the finals game. If everybody foul out, everybody foul out, but at least they were playing defensively. Offensively, um Aja and Jackie didn't really have a good game one, right? It was a decent game one, but it wasn't like what they normally put up. It wasn't the numbers they put up at all. So I knew in game two they was gonna come out firing, and they did. They did not disappoint. They're calling them Kobe and Shaq now at the WNBA, right? I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that at all because Jackie do her thing. Jackie's all over the floor. And it's like, sometimes Asia shoot the ball, miss it. Jackie Young is always there to clean it up. And I just love that for them. It's like the chemistry that the Aces play with. Chelsea Gray, Chelsea Gray, even Dana Evans, like, contributing with that 20-point game in game one. Like, their chemistry is what's scary, right? for the Mercury. And if the Mercury don't figure out how to kind of throw that off balance a little bit so they can take advantage of that offensively and defensively, they're not going to win any games. They're just not. They have to figure it out. They have to figure out the formula, right? And that's very hard to do. Especially Aja Wilson is MVP, so we know she's like one of the best players in the league, right? Jackie Young, one of the best players in the league. Chelsea Gray, one of the best players in the league. Um, it's just and then you on the other side you got Sammy Whitcomb, Kalia Copper. You got Alyssa Thompson. You got Satu. You got three on. You got these 3-on-3. We got Aja, Chelsea, Jackie versus Satu, Alyssa Thomas, Kalia Copper. Right. You got 3-on-3. You got big three on both teams. Right. Satu got to show up more offensively. Like, and she has. In this series, she has to show up more offensively. So, sis, we need 25-point games from you. Like, those threes, you got to make all of them. Like, we need you shooting. We need the offense from you. Um, Alyssa Thomas, she might get 10 points a game, but those are points that matter in every case. I've seen her, but she had to, especially when they were playing the Lynx, it was several games, she had to hype her teammates up. Like, bruh, like, we got to get this win. Like, we're in the like, we're going to the finals. Like, we're in the semi right now, but we're going to the finals, right? We need this win. So now that they're in the finals, I need Alyssa Thomas to keep that same temperature. Like, please tell your team, yo, like, this is unacceptable. 2 losses straight in a row is unacceptable. I don't care if it was in Las Vegas. That's unacceptable. And we need to do better. So going forward, tonight, not tonight, tomorrow night, um, Phoenix will be, the Aces will be in Phoenix. The energy is different in that arena when they're at home. I think that Phoenix can take at least 2 games. We need them to take 2 games. We cannot be getting swept. Like, we cannot be getting swept. We just can't. Y'all come too far. Mercury has come too far. And it was funny because when the season first started, I said, okay, I think the contenders for the finals are probably because the Aces weren't playing that well at that point, right? They were still getting their chemistry together for the season, um, especially without Plum being there, right? So I had Seattle Storm and I had Phoenix Mercury, and I was like, I think that's who's going to be in the finals, right? Um, of course, we give a nod to Minnesota Lynx, but at that point, and I felt like it was going to be one of the three, right? New York has been playing decent. The problem with New York is that all those injuries, like Breonna Stewart was injured, Jonquel Jones was injured, and I feel like it kind of threw off the chemistry of the team a little bit. And then there was a game where they had all their bench players out. I forgot who they were playing, so I can't remember. But if I bring it up again, I'll bring it up again when I figure it out. Um, I forgot what team it was, but they had their bench playing, and Rebecca Gardner, all of them, they was on the floor and they was doing what they needed to do, right? And I really saw like playoff potential. I was like, okay, I'm seeing like winner potential. Like, I'm seeing we can run this back again, right? It didn't work out like that, and they just didn't have enough firepower to defeat Mercury, right, in that first round. So just going forward, like I said, Mercury need to do more offensively. We need to get Satu. We got to get Satu the ball. We got to get Satu the ball. Um, we got to get Copper the ball, and we got to make sure that she's free when she gets the ball. Like, we can't have like three aces on her. We can't have 3 aces on her. We can't do that. Like, we got to have her in the corner. We need to have Satu in the corner. Whoever, let Alyssa Thomas dish that assist out, make them threes. Like, you gotta shoot threes. You gotta shoot threes because Aces was shooting threes all over the floor. Dana Evans was shooting threes. Jackie Young was shooting threes. Chelsea Gray was shooting threes. Jewel Lloyd was shooting threes. We gotta have that offensive firepower in order to win against them, right? My team is the Mystics, but I'm rooting for the underdogs here. I feel like the Mercury are definitely an underdog. So, even though I know the Aces are just so well rounded, it's just hard to mess up that chemistry. But I feel like it's a lot that can be done as far as drawing up strategies. Their coach, I like the Mercury coach. He just seems like a cool guy. I like watching their interactions and everything. Um, Becky, she's a great coach. Great coach. I look forward to game 3 tomorrow, and I really hope that the Phoenix Mercury can take this win because it's just you come all this way, at least go to 7 games. Even if you don't win it, at least go to 7 games. Make this the most epic playoffs ever. And that first game was crazy. The second game, it was cool until they started cooling off third and fourth quarter and decided that they didn't want to play that much the Mercury decided they didn't want to play that much defense because they were scared of the foul trouble they were getting in because the refs were calling fouls on weird things. And then they weren't calling fouls on things that were clearly fouls, and it was crazy. And the officiating, like, I agree with it 100%. Like, they need new refs. They need new refs 100% because it's like it's certain things. How do you not see that? You're watching the game, right? Bird's eye view, right? Why are we? What are we doing? So yeah, that's how I feel like that game should go. Going forward. Who else? What else? For now, that's all we're going to cover on this Begging for Buckets series. Last night, the Chiefs got whooped by the Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. That was, I didn't get to watch it, but I watched like the play by play. It was interesting. It's an interesting game. I do want to go watch the highlights for that. I love football, right? Um, Commanders got that win on Sunday in LA against the LA Chargers. Wasn't that perfect? That was beautiful. You see the lost Commanders? Go Commanders. Okay? Um y'all gonna be cracking up because my little poster wall gonna be filled up soon. I got so many posters that I have not posted yet. Sports girly, 100%. Like, let's do it. Okay? So I'm really looking forward to see um what we're gonna do going forward as far as the Commanders. Jaden was back and played against someone who we also played against in college and beat them again, and that was great. I don't know that man's name. Don't forgive me, please. It's no disrespect towards him. I'm just saying I don't know his name. Um, and so yeah, I think going forward, like let's beg for these buckets. Let's get these buckets and everything right. Um, I'm gonna start reporting on baseball a little bit too because the playoffs are going on right now, so that's pretty exciting. And yeah, we'll talk about that next episode. And we're gonna be back tomorrow. Trust and believe. We've had like a busy week. It's been like a lot going on. My daughter's homecoming is this week, so it's a lot going on. But I'm here, right? And so I appreciate y'all for tuning into the Trapman Sportscast today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know these are shorter shows, but time calls. And I think that you guys should like and subscribe. Know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe to the Trapman Sportscast. Wishing you all a very beautiful day today. Have a beautiful week. And also, this is the segment I'm adding because I told y'all I was adding a segment, right, online on Instagram. So we're going to be doing sports betting, right? And we're like, because Monica Sheri is like a pro at this, okay? Even if I'm doing a 7 leg parlay, I might lose the parlay, I might win the parlay. At least 5 out of 7, 6 out of 7 are hitting every time. So you can trust me. Like, we're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna teach the girlies and everything because I know the girlies are trying to learn. I've had several friends like, I'm trying to learn. I'm like, yeah, well, you gotta start small and go big later, right? So we are going to be adding that segment to the show soon, and I'm very excited about that, especially with NBA coming up because I know all my NBA players 100%. Basketball is my thing, baby. So when it comes to that, you gotta listen to me. You gotta listen to me. So yeah, we're gonna be adding that segment soon, and I'm very excited about that. We'll probably do the first one tomorrow. For the Aces Mercury game, we're gonna go based off stats and things of that nature. But I appreciate y'all for tuning into the Trapman Sportscast. I am your host, Monica Cherie. Respect the W. Respect the Commanders. 100%. Like and subscribe. Peace. I'll see y'all later.